Hello, everyone. I am Will, and welcome back to my playthrough of Elden Ring. Um, Last we left off, we just continued exploring the Shadow Keep. Yep. We actually went to the church district last episode. We had to start. Well, we started here, but in order to get here, you had to go from this grace, follow this road through a tunnel that spits you out into the church district. Yep. And it is flooded according to the map here. So once we got inside, we had to hop on some roofs, hopped across some logs in order to get to a great grave glovewort, which you had to get to before you lowered the levels, the water level, because otherwise it would be inaccessible at that point, or very hard to get to in the least. Yep, so hopped off some roofs, got bamboozled by an invisible enemy. Well, he wasn't invisible. The game didn't render him for some reason, and he still had his collision hitbox was still there. So when I jumped across, I hit him instead and fell to my death. Yep. So we went back to that same spot. He was still not rendered properly, and his collision hitbox was still there. So luckily we took care of him before jumping across. So yep. Continued hopping across some roofs, took care of a Fire Knight priest. I'm assuming he's a priest based on his mask. Dropped into the big cathedral in the middle, this thing right here. Dropped into that little hole right there, where we found the prayer room, and inside was Fire Knight Queeline, who seemed to be in distress. That's the best way I could describe it. So we talked to him or interacted with him, and then we used our Iris of Occultation that we had. Yep, we denied him grace, in essence. So his quest line is done. Yep, and from using the Iris of Occultation, we got we got Queeline's great sword. It's a heavy thrusting spear called a great sword that's shaped like a spear. Yeah. But it's called a great sword, but its moveset is a heavy thrusting spear. And according to the description, Queeline fashioned it in similar to his liege's weapon. So Messmer's, great spear. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's a pretty good heavy spear. I'm having heavy thrusting sword. I'm getting confused by what it is, but it's a good heavy thrusting sword, especially if you put it on a flame art attune 2-minute of sorts. This already has innate faith scaling and fire already on it, so putting a flame art would just boost it through the roof. So we might play around with it. Who knows? We'll see. So we dealt with Queeline, fought with some more Fire Knight priests, grabbed a shadow fragment, found the elevator up here to the storehouse, went back down, drained the water level, fought not one, but 2 ulcerated tree spirits. One dropped another Iris of Occultation, the other one dropped Mantle of Thorns. So we'll use the Occultation on the other NPC that you can use it on, hopefully in the next episode or 2. But no, it's probably next episode 2 or 3. Probably. We'll see. But anyway, yeah. So Iris of Occultation, got Mantle of Thorns, won't be using it because I don't use sorceries, and it's very niche in its use. So continued on, fought another Fire Knight priest this time. I think his name was Wigo, based on his mask that he drops. Picked up the Fire Knight seal, elevator down, cookbook, then an elevator down, and then it came to another little prayer room with an Iris of Grace, which if we had with Queeline, we could use that there to get his Spirit Ash, but I went with his weapon instead. So continued further down, and then we got to the Shadow Tree Avatar. Yep, a shadow tree avatar similar to the Earth tree avatars, except the big sunflower. Yep. Yep. And then beat him up, got his remembrance, and what's left of Mikula's Great Rune. Yeah, apparently when he broke the Great Rune, it either fell down there or he left it down there. Whichever one you want to decide. But, yep. And I'm trying to think. I think that was it. Between episodes, I did farm the one Fire Knight that's out here on this little bridge before the elevator to this Grace. So there's this Grace, there's an elevator here, and there's a Fire Knight that kind of patrols this little bridge here. So I went and farmed him for his armor set and his weapon. So, actually, I got 2 copies of his weapons because it's a really good weapon. It's the Fire Knight Greatsword. Actually, I have it right here. Yeah, probably one of the best colossal swords in the game. Probably one of the best weapons in the game, to be honest. It's got the alternate colossal sword moveset similar to the Godslayer Greatsword. It's got a thrusting heavy attack as a thrusting. And also it's similar to Queen Line's Greatsword. It has innate faith scaling, innate fire damage, so you can do some serious damage with that thing. And poise break too, because it is a colossal sword. So I will be using it. Probably in the boss fight at the end, maybe. We'll see. Still haven't quite decided. But, so yeah, so I have his armor set and his greatsword. So, he also drops smithing stones 6, 7s, and 8s as well. So I have a good number of those. Yeah. And I think that was all I did. Yeah, that's all I did between episodes, was just farm him for his armor set and his weapon. And for today, we are going to tackle one of the routes, routes, whatever you want to say. One of the routes, I call them routes. One of the routes through the storehouse, the Specimen Storehouse. I call it the alternative path. Yeah, because if we follow this path, it'll lead us down. It'll lead us down here. There's a little prayer room here, and then there's a Commander Gaius fight down here. So we'll do the alternate path. We'll fight Commander Gaius. We'll fight Commander Gaius. We'll go through here. There's actually an Albinorg archer right in here who is pretty dangerous. Yeah, Albinorg archers are pretty dangerous in the base game in the consecrated snowfields, but now they have DLC scaling. Yeah, and she's on a dire wolf, so it's even worse. But the reason I'm doing the alternate path first is because of there's a little, or is it over here? It might be over here. It's like a little giant basin with a whole bunch of shadow tree fragments strewn about, so I'd rather do this first, get some more shadow tree blessings under my belt before we take on Messmer, because, yeah, Messmer's hard. He's hard, but he's not challenging. He has rhythm to him, but to me, he's kind of hard, or he can be anyway, if I don't stack it against the deck in my favor. But that'll be for next episode. So this episode would take the alternate path through the storehouse, Commander Gaius. Hopefully upgrade our Shadow Blessing levels by like 2 or 3, at least 2, I hope. And then at the end, I probably will open up the path to the Highlands, or the hinterlands, whatever you want to call it, this area. So at least open the path, maybe. But we'll see. We'll see how much time we have at the end. And our equipment for today, starting off with the Black Steel Twin Blade. You have Sacred Infused Black Steel Twin Blades, because Fire Knights are susceptible to Holy. They actually have 0 damage negation against Holy and Lightning. I think Thrust as well. I think they actually might resist Strike. I'll have to double check, but I know they're 0 against Holy and 0 against Lightning, so I decided, might as well give Twin Blades a shot. Their time to shine. In fact, the Black Steel Twin Blade has the alternate Twin Blade moveset, so the heavy attack is a thrust. Similar to the Godskin Peeler. So that's why this is probably the best Twin Blade in my opinion. Just because of the moveset. It also has innate holy scaling and innate faith scaling, so it's really good for us with the Sacred Infusion. So we got the Giant Hunt on just for the Fire Knights. Because the Giant Hunt will launch Fire Knights into the air if they're not attacking. So if we can sneak up on them, we can Giant Hunt them into the air. Bow, seal, shield, Serpent Crest, because, Fire Knights. And then my Fire Knight get up. Elden Lore Crown, Fire Knight armor, the altered one without the cape. The cape looks ugly. In my opinion, the cape looks ugly. Yeah, I don't care for that. No, too much around the shoulders. But so I like the alternate. Nice and clean, sleek. So the altered Fire Knight armor, gauntlets and greaves. Although the unaltered armor will boost Messmer Flame incantations. I think it's like a 5% boost if I'm not mistaken. It's not much, but when paired with the seal, you can get some pretty good damage out of Messmer Flame incantations. Like this. There's two of them that I know of. Messmer's Orb that we get from Messmer's Remembrance. And there's another one, I can't quite remember what it's called, but it's like Fire Serpent or something. We'll pick it up in this episode. So Fire Knight armor with the Elden Lord Crown. Looking good. Dragon Crest Great Shield, because even with the Bull Goat, we won't have effect 51 poise. In fact, we'll have 49, so we'll be like 2 shy. So instead of more poise, we'll go more physical defense, just in case. Two-handed sword, because I will be two-handing the Twin Blade. You could probably change this out for the Rotten Wing Sword, because Twin Blade's hit is a multi-hit machine. Shard of Alexander because of the Giant Hunt, and Blessed Blue Dew because it's just really good. Got Green Burst Hard Tier, starting off the Ancient Bolt Pots. This will probably change throughout the area. Crab and Ornus. Sticking with Ornus, though we probably won't be summoning him for the fight anyway. The stats and our spells. Multi-layered Ring of Light because Holy is good against Fire Knights. Knight's Lightning Spear because, again, Lightning's good against Fire Knights. Pester as a staple. I did trade in the Remembrance, the Shadow Tree Avatar Remembrance for the Land of Shadow incantation. It is a very strong incantation, though it is very slow to cast. It's primarily going to use it for its range. It has really good range. It does holy damage. And again, holy damage is good against Fire Knights. So, hopefully to use it to some effect up on the rafters, hopefully. We'll see. Yeah, there's one Fire Knight up there who's going to be a pain in the butt. And you'll see when we get there. Aeonia, Vow and Heal. Alright. Hello everyone, Future Me here. After reviewing the footage, I noticed in some spots that I didn't quite explain myself properly. Yeah, I didn't quite explain my decision makings, rationales, and other things. But so yeah, I'll probably chime in here every now and then just to kind of further explain why I decided to do this or that, or to throw my 2 cents in there that I kind of forgot while I was initially recording this. So yeah, I'll see you when I need to explain myself. I think I rambled on long enough. Let's get going. Looking forward to... Yeah, Storehouse is kind of confusing layout. Because of the 2 different paths, like the side path and the main path, you're going to see items that you can't get to on one path or the other. So we'll see a bunch of items. Some of them we probably can't get to. Some of them we probably can. Just pick off these guys so they don't get in our way. Alright, Fire Knight, don't turn around. If you turn around, we're going to have problems. So what I want to do is Giant Hunt, Charged R2, Stance Break, and then Backstab. Yes, Fire Knights only have 65 stance, if I remember right. Yep. The body had the Carian Thrusting Shield. He dropped a Smithing Stone 8. Yep. Carian Thrusting Shield. It's a very powerful weapon. It's considered a shield, but yeah, it allows you to attack and block at the same time. So although it doesn't have 100% defense, yeah, it's only 94 physical. Though you need 2 more intelligence to really wield it. Pretty cool looking, but yeah, you can, it'll attack and shield at the same time, so it's a very good weapon in the right hands. But anyway, probably won't be using them. I don't really care for them personally, but it's there if you want it. And now we have a very long ladder. I've been rambling on for quite a while. I should probably keep it down. Knock him off the ledge. Okay, he didn't drop anything. That's good. Oh, I still have Reichardt's Great Rune active. Forgot to mention that. I love Reichardt's Great Rune. It's there to keep us, help to keep us topped off. Yep, Fire Knights. Your best bet is just to let them stay out of sight, let them patrol past you, and then just sneak up on them. Probably your best bet of dealing with them. If you slow and take your time. Oop. We missed. But luckily, Giant Hunt sends them flying, so we got lucky. Yeah, we can use Reichardt's Rune to get us our health back. So yeah, fire coils. Don't mind if I do. So either backstab them, Giant Hunt them, and then R2 them, or Giant Hunt, charge R2, and backstab them. Yeah, they drop Messmer Embers. Alright. I just need my health back, guys. Just be cooperative, please. Alright, that's the way forward. Ah, Fire Serpent. There it is. There's the incantation. Excuse you, sir. Breaking tables. Yep. That is a very good incantation, because it also it'll also catch NPC panic rolls or dodge rolls, like how NPCs dodge at your cast, but Fire Serpent, it casts, your projectile lingers for a second and then shoots off, like the Mikla Ring of Light on the Halo Scythe and the Discus Hurl on the Smith Script shield. So it's very good against dodging NPCs and whatnot. So we might make use of it. Actually, it is really powerful. Although the range on it isn't that great, it is good. We actually might... you know what? I'm trying to think if I want to use it right now. Nah, I think we'll hold off for right now. I mean, it is a good incantation. I will use it. I just don't know if I want to do it right now. So let me pool. Yes. I think that's the way we came. Yep, that's the way we came. Okay. This is the challenging part of this section. The scaffolding. Or the rafters. In fact, let me change this out to this. It's best to take these bats and just pick them off. We'll just use our mighty shot. Just pick them off. These bats do have a habit of falling down onto like the lower levels. I don't know why, but they do have a habit of doing it every now and then. Bam. Thank you. Yes, it is a long way down, so be careful. Although there's one enemy who's actually right over there. Oh, he's going to be a pain in the butt to deal with. We do have to deal with them if we want to get another spirit summon. Pick them off where you can. Alright. We'll probably deal with it when we get closer. Let's see. Beast bones, sure, why not? Just let our blue dew talisman get our FP back for us. I think mighty shots want only 6 FP? Yeah, 6 FP. So that's 1 arrow every 12 seconds. Love it. 4 7s. We'll take it. Alright, well, there he is. That's the little jerk. Yep, a Fire Knight. You can't sneak up on him, so he will find you. Or he will notice you coming. And the thing about him, he uses the Wrath from Afar incantation. Yep. It is an incantation. It's basically emit force from the older Dark Souls games. It launches a projectile that causes heavy knockback. So much knockback that we will get knocked off the ledge here if we're hit by it. Yeah. So in fact, we actually want to go this way. So we can get a bit closer if we go from where that bat is. And so my plan is to get close enough to him to target him, and then use the Land of Shadow incantation. Hopefully a chunk, if not most of his health, hopefully not. It probably won't kill him outright. I highly doubt it'll kill him outright. But I hope it should take a lot of his health. Shadow Rune. There was a... Is it over there? Oh. Did I not do that? Or is it over here? No. There's an item on one of these gears. I think it's over there. There it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh wait, that's why. Okay, there. That's why I didn't do it. I got to deal with the Fire Knight first. Once I deal with the Fire Knight, getting that item's much easier or much safer. Because we have to jump down from here, and then we have to jump to, I think, that side over there to get off. And that'll lead us straight into the Fire Knight's line of sight, and I'd rather not do that just yet. Alright. Let's hope this works. Otherwise, we're going to get knocked off. We're going to get knocked off. Yes, we are. Okay. I was hoping he wouldn't see us, but I guess the moment we stood up, we were in line of sight. Which means I need to get my... we need the Assassin's Dagger. I kind of figured that was going to happen. Alright. No biggie. I mean, I expected it to happen. I just wasn't sure how close we had, or wasn't sure what his vision range included. So, now I just gotta deal with these bats again, and probably just fast forward at this point. All right. I mean, this will allow us to get closer, but I think we're still gonna get spotted. All right. Well, I rather he is. I mean, it is possible, but he's more or less programmed to kind of just sit in that spot and spam spells at you. So, I mean, they are really dangerous. All right. Take number 2. Hopefully this time goes better, but I suspect we're going to get sniped again. Whew. Okay. Whew. Dodging on these little raptors, it was very nerve-wracking. That went much better. Okay. So yeah, Assassin's Gambit. Amazing Ash of War. Always carry it on you. Alright. So with him dealt with, we can finally kind of clear out the rest of this. Alright, so first we're going to get this one on this gear. Probably safer just to go from back from the other side. Well, actually, we don't really have to. go get the stuff on the Oh, dang. Making nerve-wracking jumps. I hope I don't have to die. I hope I don't have to fight that knight again. He's going to be the worst part of this episode. Him alone. Alright, so we go back over here. We hop down. Wrath from Afar. Got our own copy. Yes, it's emit force, basically. Yeah, fires a golden shockwave that knocks back nearby foes. Charge increase the size of the shockwave. When the Earth was shattered, the people of the realm of shadow felt it too, and feared it as a sign of the Earth Tree's wrath. Yep. Here's Fire Serpent. And the flame they received from Messmer would not find perch within them. The Fire Knights relied on fire incantations to honor their bond. It seemed like Messmer was trying to divvy up his flames, I guess, to the soldiers. Interesting. Alright, so let's go this way, grab this item down here. Lots of ups and downs, downs and ups. Somber 8s. Take care of him, because that's the ladder down on the way forward. We're actually going to go this way. Take the elevator down. Go here. We'll take the... Okay, so we'll do this. We'll take the elevator down, see where that goes. Okay, another Fire Knight. Do not turn around. Yes, get juggled. Rune of Unsung Hero. 50,000 runes. Richly blessed by the grace of the Tree Tree, but will not be honored in death. Yep. Alright. I guess all that for 50,000 runes? Alright. Alright, so now we gotta get that item, which means we have to drop onto the elevator. Fire Knight Hild. Alright, gotta get back on firm ground. Summons the spirit of Fire Knight Hild. Or Hilda, or Hilde, I don't know how you want to pronounce it. Alright, as an order which answers directly to Messmer. Hild swings a slender greatsword and casts fire incantations. Yep. It was a dear friend to Salza the Sage, and joined those who urged that the specimens be preserved. Hild's ashes were enshrined as a charm to protect the storehouse. Yep. We got our very own Fire Knight. We might use her, maybe. We'll at least give her a try, I would say. And who doesn't want their own Fire Knight? Though, to be honest, I don't think she's going to be as good as Ornis, because Ornis is a horned warrior, and he don't stagger for nothing. Like, nothing will flinch him. While Hild is a Fire Knight, and as I've demonstrated, they can be flinched. And an R2 of a two-handed twin blade will flinch them. the serpent dragon motif kind of thing, the winged serpent. Yep. That door leads to Messmer, who's actually in there somewhere. So we'll go there probably next episode. Although, to be honest, this episode's going a lot quicker than I anticipated. Barring the one expected death, we're actually doing pretty good. Alright. Yep, this door cannot be opened. Not from this side, not from the other side. Which is kind of a shame. Take the elevator all the way down. Here we are. Grace discovered. Summoning pool. Have mercy for the spirited away shamans. Another shadow fragment. That should be number 2? 2. Okay. So we need one more to upgrade our blessing level. We'll do it right now, actually. Alright. So what we want to do is, oh mother. Oh mother, have mercy on the spirited away shamans. And this leads us to the secret area, or one of the secret areas. Should be the hinterlands. Very sudden shift in tone. We're back in Scadu view. Grace discovered. There should be a summoning pool around here. Saw her on the way down. A little bit further. I don't know. I'll find it eventually, but that's as far as I'm going to go here anyway, for right now. Because, yeah, you probably noticed him briefly. Let's see if we can show his ugly mug again. Way too far away. Huh. Well, he's probably out of view from patrolling, I guess, but you probably noticed him briefly a moment ago. There's tree sentinels down here. 2 of them to be exact. Should be one patrolling the roads over there, and there should be another one right behind that rock. Hopefully I can get him back in view. Come on. There he is. Yep. Tree sentinels. Yep. But anyway. Yeah, we'll do this later. Yep. But we will do it because we have to come back here in order to continue Emir's quest line. Yeah, the second Finger Ruins is that way. So we'll come back. now, yep, let me just see if we can view him. Yep, there he is. Commander Gaius. He shouldn't be too much trouble for us, hopefully. I do have a strategy or a plan of attack, but don't know how well we're gonna pull it off. Yes, land of shadow. We'll use it for the second phase. Don't worry. Bow and might as well heal. Probably won't be casting heal anytime in this fight, but all right. I think I have all the Astral Wars set up the way I want them. So here, put a seal here, and here we're going to put on another shield. Hello, it's me again. This is actually the part in the recording where I don't quite explain myself and my rationale for why I did this, why I did that. We're about to fight Commander Gaius, obviously, but the thing with Commander Gaius is that he has 4 attacks really that are going to be the pain in the butt. The first one is his infamous charge attack. Oh yeah. The thing with his charge attack is that its hitbox is deceptively big. It extends a bit, it's wider than his actual visuals, and it also extends a bit forward. So you'll probably get hit before he actually comes close to you. So actually, when you see him start his charge, like little gusts of wind will kind of blow over him. That's pretty good indicator of how big his actual hitbox is. So it extends further to the sides and a bit forward. And the timing, you can dodge it, but the timing on it is really tight. 9 times out of 10, you're probably going to get smacked by it because he does love to track you. So if you do dodge, say, to the right, he will track to the left. Basically, he'll home in on you. And considering how big the hitbox is, you're probably going to get clipped by the outer edge and take damage. So you can dodge it. It is possible. But on medium load, it's, again, 9 times out of 10, you're going to get smacked. It's probably easier to dodge if you have light load. Or if you use like an Astral War like Quickstep or Bloodhound's Fang. But the solution that I have is to use Vow of the Indomitable. It's an Astral War that grants 1 full second of invincibility. Yep, 1 full second. So we'll wait for him to get close, we'll activate the Astral War, and he will go right through us. So that's how I'm going to dodge it. So I mean, again, I could have used like Quick Step or Bloodhound Step, but I figured Valley Domino's bigger window to activate, and also it helps with the positioning. So, and his other 3 attacks are he has like a 5-hit flailing around attack, which as long as you dodge to your right, to his left, it should be okay. As long as you get onto his left side, you'll be fine. The other 2 are attacks he does exclusively in Phase 2. One of them is he'll hover in the air for a few seconds, and he comes twirling down back and slamming into the ground. That one, I will also use Valley Indomitable, just because it is a delayed attack, and I'm not good with delayed attacks. I never have, never will, probably. So we'll take advantage of Vow of the Indomitable. That one is pretty easy to dodge if you know the timing to it, and it's best to dodge into him, not away. Dodge into him, because if you dodge away from him, sure you might avoid the initial impact, but it'll then spawn like gravity magic wave that emanates outwards. So if you dodge away, you'll probably get hit by the outward expansion. But if you dodge into him, there is no additional hitbox besides the slamming onto the ground. So you can dodge into him, and you should be good. He does have a decent recovery time after that, so you can get some punish in there if you want. So the plan is to use Val the Indomitable, iframe through the attack, and then quickly cast our Shadowlands incantation, the one we got from the Scadu Tree Avatar Remembrance. We should have enough time to get the whole thing off. He should normally, after that slam attack, he kind of darts past you to reposition, but so we should be okay if we do that. And the fourth one that you should watch out for is his magic missile attack. Yep, that's another one he only does in phase 2. He'll kind of rear up, stick his lance up in the air, and then he'll finally kind of like almost like throw out like a magical orb. So my plan to deal with that is to hopefully recognize the wind up to it, switch to our other shield, and use Carian Retaliation to scoop that thing up. So that's the plan for that. So if he does that, hopefully we react quick enough to scoop it up, get some glint blades to fling right back at him. So yeah, so that's kind of why I have this setup going with the Val of the Indomitable and then the Carian Retaliation. All right, I'll get back to you. Yep. We're actually going to change this out as well. We'll do that. Yeah. Still medium load. Good. Definitely need that. Not going to use any Ash of Wars. Well, nothing offensive anyway. Maybe. I don't know if some of his attacks, I don't know if the Commander Guys uses gravity magic, so I don't know if it's magic based, physical based, or a combination of both. I have a feeling it's a combination of both. Do we want Bless Blue? Will definitely help. We want Crimson Seed. No, we'll go Crimson Seed instead of magic. I think we're good. I'm just not quite sure if I want the Blessed Blue too. We do have the blue flasks. We can use that. This costs 40 FP, but I'm not going to use it very often. Probably use it once or twice in phase 2. Okay, I think we're good. We'll put on our daggers. Something quick. Okay. All right, I think we're good. Okay, still medium roll. Okay. We'll have some time to buff before he actually starts combat, because he likes to run. It's like once you get down the steps, he'll activate. So he'll sprint across this way, and then he'll charge at us this way. So we'll have some time before he gets to us. All right. I won't be summoning for this fight, so I don't think I need to. All right. So we'll drink up here. Drink. Bow. Oops. Gonna get smacked. away from the steps. Ooh. Ah. Did not realize we're that close to a stance break, and holy damage, Batman. Alright, you should start off with your little, there it goes, yeah. Should be able to get this off. Oh. Normally he would charge right past us. There we go. Really, dude? I'll trade you, I don't care. Remembrance of the Wild Boar. Okay, that actually went a lot easier than I anticipated. I did not realize how much damage I was doing. That one riposte was what, 10,000 almost? Or 8,000 at least? Jeez. I mean, Gaius is weakest to holy, so, because he is considered an Albinoric. So he is weakest to holy, weakest, or then he's weakest to lightning and then fire. With magic, thrust, strike, and standard being next, and then strongest against slash. So, jeez, man. And the Land of Shadow did a good number on him too. Although to be honest, I was expecting him to charge like when he does his phase transition, he'll fly into the air, do his little gravity thrusting slam thing, and most of the time he'll like kind of reposition himself behind you or move. He'll instead of attacking, he'll kind of move, reposition. So I was expecting him to do that, but he didn't do that. Hence why we got hit. But yep. So it's not that hard. Well, I say that, but you know, Gaius is still, you know, Gaius. His biggest he actually, well, we got lucky. He didn't do his, there's one attack he does, it's like a little, what's the right word for it? He kind of like thrashes about. He'll slash, the boar will, you know, headbutt, slash again, headbutt, and then he'll kind of slam again. So we got lucky he didn't do that, so. Yep. And I'll say the one attack that's probably going to be the most challenge for most people is his charge. But the best way I know how to deal with it, Thou the Indomitable. It's 1 second of invincibility. You gotta love it. So when he charges, Thou the Indomitable. He goes up to do his little thrusting slam, Thou the Indomitable. When he goes to launch his, you know, magic missile, Coward retaliate that homie. So we got lucky this fight. Well, RNG was on our side. Otherwise, it could have been really, really bad. I should lose this one. All right. Reallocate our flasks. Okay, and yes, I'm pretty sure you can use Torrent for the fight if you really wanted to. I wouldn't recommend it because he can still charge you down if you get too far away. But all right. So now with him gone, we'll continue up this way. Take care of that Albinoric archer, who to be honest, will probably die to her. Um, she is an Albinorc archer on a dire wolf with, you know, DLC scaling. So she's going to be a real pain in the butt. Excuse me. But once we take care of her, then we'll have free reign of this zone. So I think she's the only enemy back here. So let's hope that's the case. There's nothing really back here. And another thing with Gaius, stick to your right. In my opinion, dodging to your right is probably your better bet. Get on his left side, because he has limited number of attacks that can hit you from there. She saw us and she's behind a dam. Okay, not too bad. Alright, so she drops Gaius's Greaves. I see now, Gaius, what you were going for. Yep, and once you beat Gaius, his armor set becomes available at Round Table Hold, except for his Greaves, which you have to beat this Albinorc to get. It should be down here. Yep, Black Iron Greaves made for Commander Gaius, a cruel joke, for he could not wear them. Riding atop the board, you called his other half. Gaius was in fact a warrior of Albinorc extraction. One of the few male Albinorcs who could actually fight. Because I think in one of the Albinorc items said that, you know, it was the women who did the fighting. Albinorc's Shack. Sharp Shot Talisman, which increases damage from precision aiming. From this, basically. If you aim like this, you get a damage boost. So. Won't be using it because I don't really use precision aiming that much. I mostly rely on target lock. All right. I don't think there's anything else up here besides the basin. Except for that shack and the basin coming up. I don't think there's anything else up here. And you got some wildlife. There might be some sunflowers. Some shadow sunflower items, crafting items. But other than that, I don't think there's anything else up here. Okay. It's a whole lot of nothing. Alright, so yes, they built this little wall, or well, not really a wall, but the structure here. Here we go. Scatter Tree Chalice. Less bone shards, some dried sunflowers. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 shadow tree fragments. That should allow us to level up once, at least once, maybe twice. Some shadow sunflowers. We're at the base of the Umbra tree, as Hornsent called it. Yeah, you can definitely see its writhe and shadows. Makes me want to think, if the shadow wasn't there, would the tree be golden in color? Maybe not like a bright gold like the Erd tree, but maybe like a maybe like a dull gold or something like that. All right, get out of the way. All right. Start time. It's a bit early, but, well, not early, but I think it's a good stopping point. Some less bone shards. Nothing in the basin. I'm gonna try something. It's probably nothing's gonna happen, but I just want to try it. Well, meh. No, I'll do it on my own time. Think about, drinking one of Tholier's concoctions down here, see what happens, but I'll do that on my own time, but alright. Alright, and with that, I'll call an episode. Yep. Started off in the Specimen Storehouse. Actually started at the starting point of the alternate path, I call it. Yeah, it's where it's the Specimen Storehouse grace you get from making your way through the church district. I think it has an actual name. Nope. The storehouse back section. Yep. Started there, fought some Fire Knights, fought some Fire Knights, took care of some of the Shadow people to get their health back. Trying to think what else. Oh, we picked up the Fire Serpent incantation. A very good incantation for us, though I'm not quite sure when I'll use it. Maybe when we go to the Finger Ruins, the next one, and past the hinterlands. So I know the fire, because there's going to be finger creepers there. I know they're weak to fire, so I have a feeling that's going to be a good spot there. So we picked up the Fire Serpent, made our way up to the rafters, where we took care of some bats, and then we got knocked off the raft. Then they got knocked off by Fire Knight. Yeah, I wasn't quite anticipating him detecting us that close. Well, I should have known, but I wasn't expecting it. Yeah, so we crawled our way back up the bats again, and this time we did take care of the Fire Knight. Although it was a little touch and go, because I was afraid I was going to roll off the edge. But luckily we didn't. Took care of him, collected the rest of the loot, which was the incantation Wrath from Afar, which we might use. We'll see. It's a cool incantation. It's like a emit force from Dark Souls, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see where I can fit it in. Yep. And then we gathered the ashes of Fire Knight Hilda. Yep. I will probably upgrade and use probably for Jory if I had to guess. It'd be my first place I would think of using her, but we'll see. Fire Knight Hild. Took some rafters outside all the way down to here, to the Scadu View, I think is what it's called, where we unlocked the hidden path to the Hinterlands. Yeah, the tree worshipping sanctum. Nope, it's this one, the Hinterlands. Yeah, this was to the shadow tree. Yeah, but the Hinterland. So, yep. So this will lead us to America's village up here. But if we cross the bridge, we can get our way to the second finger ruins that Count Emir wants us to go to. This one's a bit more involved. There are actual finger creepers here. It's also a big one. I want to say somewhere in here. It's a big, colossal one in a cave, nonetheless. So we got to be careful with that one. Yep, and then actually there is there's a boss right there. Can't forget the tree sentinels. Yep, because there's actually a falling star beast right here in this crater. Yep, he shouldn't be too bad. They are weak to elementals, and we could put in like a flame art on our greatsword and just chunk his health again, like we did Gaius. Because damn, that was good. I like the Fire Knight greatsword. But yep. And then took on Commander Gaius. Yep, the boar riding Albinoric magic man. Actually, did we check out his remembrance? Nope. Yep, remembrance of Commander Gaius, hewn into the shadow tree. Both were as elder brothers to the lion, and both were cursed from birth. In spite of, or perhaps because of this very reason, Gaius was both Messmer's friend and leader of his men. From birth, yep. So, I wonder who the lion is referring to. I think most people think it's Radon, but I'm not too sure, to be honest. Not too sure. Like elder brothers to the lion. I mean, Radon is the first one that comes to mind because of his lion motif, which he gets from Godfrey. But, yeah, I don't know. All we know is that Gaius was a friend of Messmer and leader of his men, so he's not to be taken lightly. Although he was pretty easy. At least I think he is easier than Messmer. I'll say that. That's one of the reasons why we did this side path first. The other reason was gather all these shadow fragments. Yeah, so because I'd rather pad my blessing level as much as I can before I take on Messmer. Because Messmer's not going to be easy. He shouldn't be hard, but he's also not easy. So, yeah. So we took on Commander Gaius. Yeah. Then we took on his girlfriend, because apparently she had his pants for some reason. Hint, hint, wink, wink. And then we came up here to the Shadow Tree Chalice. Yep, and collected the other 5 shadow fragments up here. Yep, and that was it. Kind of short, sweet, kind of. If it wasn't for that one death to that one Fire Knight. Definitely didn't take as long as I anticipated. I kind of thought it would take longer, but I don't know. Yeah. The next episode, we will do the other path, the quote, main path through the Specimen Storehouse. Now, that one should take longer because there will be some backtracking. Yeah, because I know Ansbach's in there, and then Freya's also in there, and they have a little back and forth. So we're definitely have to doing some fast traveling, probably like near the end, but hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. Yeah, because the main enemies in the storehouse are going to be Fire Knights. There's also Shadow Militia, as well as those Shadow people. Yep. Those should be the only enemies we have to worry about. So, yeah. So next episode, we'll go to the main path of the Specimen Storehouse, talk to some NPCs, and then at the end of that one, we'll take on Messmer and see how badly he beats us into the ground. So I have a feeling he will, but yeah. And then after Messmer, I'm not quite too sure. Actually, no. After Messmer, we'll then go to the hinterlands to do the Finger Ruins. Yep. And then we'll probably go back to Emir. Although I don't... Well, Yes, we'll definitely do the hinterlands, the Finger Ruins. I should probably just finish up Emir's quest line at that point. Yeah, then we'll probably do Emir. But hopefully get him out of the way. Because then after Emir, we'll probably go this way. From this, Castle Watering Hole, this little lower section. We'll probably do all this up to the catacombs. Yep, and depending on how much time for that episode we'll... No, because the catacomb is actually pretty lengthy. That'd probably be its own little episode. But yeah. I'm still trying to figure out the order of things I want to do. But for the most part, it'll be Specimen Storehouse main path, Hinterlands, Emir, and then that lower section. Yeah. But yep, here I am, just rambling on, repeating myself with rambling. Blah. But yeah. Anyway, calling episode right here, and I thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all next time.